Hey guys, so I signed up for Ironman Texas 2019, April 27th, so I've got about 5 months. I want to show you guys my weapon, right? So I just built this bike over the last 2 months. This is my new tri-bike. I was using my road bike before. I took the handlebars off, put on aero bars, but I'm done with that. Now, my Orbea. Now I've got this Kestrel, and I bought every piece of this. I ordered stuff from China, from the UK, from Australia, from the US, basically just all over, wherever the best prices were, more or less. And I chose to go with the Kestrel 4000 LTD, mostly because I really liked the frame. That's it. And it was light, it was carbon, anti-pots used it, things like that. But I mostly chose this frame because I like this area. I like this, just like design and aeroness, of course. But I mean, bikes are basically all aero. They are almost all the same. So this one, it's a few years old, but I really like the frame and I got a good deal on it. So the frame itself came like this, just by itself, just the frame, and then I got the wheel sets. These Super Team, I like them. I picked the colors, thought it was cool, got them on Amazon. The handlebars I got from China, Timani handlebars. The pads aren't very comfortable, but I have some other ones off my other bike I can use. I have Di2 system, so I have Dura Ace aero bar levers. So it's actually pretty awesome. I haven't had Di2 electronic shifting before, and I took this out for the first time today, and it was super aero. Like, everything about the bike was driven forward. And I say that because a lot of it was the seat and the handlebar setup. And these pedals, I had these Ultegra pedals. So I want to show you how I set this up. So this bike, it didn't come with a battery place to put the new battery, because this frame is a few years old. Here, I'll show you. The frame wanted to hold the battery down here. There's like these little holes underneath, if you can see them. Anyway, but it's for the older battery, for the Di2. So what I did was, the battery's actually inside right here, and this brake lever actually goes down this way and goes to the bottom, right? This, I had to drill a hole in the top of my frame to put this cable, because on the other side, for some reason, there's this, they decided that it was a good idea to put a hole here, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you put a hole there? Because you're gonna have wire sticking out all over. So and the wire would come out on the side. Look, from the front, let me show you. Looks sweet from the front. You don't have any cables hanging out. The air is just going to glide right through. Mostly because, I mean, I've got the Dura Ace shifters, and what's sweet about this system, about this Di2, this is the 8060, the R8060, is the tri setup. So these shifters have one button on the right, one button on the left, and then one button on each of these, right? So you downshift and you upshift, or whatever. It just shifts. You just goes up and goes down, and then the front derailleur right here, right? It'll automatically shift from the big ring to the small ring, and you can set it online. You can set the like the shifting method. So you can go in, download the eTube, sync it up with your Di2, and then, you know, change the settings. So if you're shifting up or you're shifting to like an easier gear, it'll automatically like switch, you know, so the pressure stays the same. Does that even make sense? I know you know what I'm talking about. If you're riding a bike, like you'll shift to the small ring, and then you'll shift the cassette like down, so then the pressure stays the same. Anyway, it automatically does it for you, but you can set it. You can tell it to shift whatever space you want. So if you go down to like the third cog in the back, anyway, you'll get it. You can understand. Anyway, so let's just set up the rest of this. I have this too. Here, let me show you. I've got this, right, to put on the front, right here. It just looks weird. It looks a little weird. Oh, shoot. It looks a little weird, just like hanging out on my bike. Oh, crud, I just lost a screw. Let's just go over the headset. So I've got this front brake cable coming down, right? Pretty simple. I've got these wires coming out, so there's no wires anywhere except for when they come out down here. This hole I had to drill. I drill a hole in the frame, put this wire in, and the wire goes like this down the tube. The battery is also in here, sitting like right about here. Wrap some foam around it, stuck it in this way, so then the cable actually goes downward. The rest of the Di2 is jammed up right in here, like a bunch of wires. I installed a Praxis Works bottom bracket BB30 converted press fit. So basically it's a press fit, but I got the Praxis Works converter so I could run Shimano cranks on it. It's basically a press fit, but now it's like threaded. So, and there's a smaller hole so it can fit the Shimano cranks. I wanted to go Ultegra cranks. Ultegra everything actually, because the shifters are Ultegra Dura Ace Aero shifters, and we've got the Ultegra rear. Check this out. Let me just do a shift for you. So you just click the thing once, twice. I don't know what gear I'm in. Dang it. There we go. Just one off a little bit. Alright. Anyway, this bike is super slick. So I had to cut the seat tube down. It was super high, so I cut it off like 3 or 4 inches, and then I still needed another inch or two. So I cut that. This actually goes all the way down right now. I might cut it a ½ inch, but I think it's pretty good right now. This seat, I was kind of unsure about it when I got it. I tried sitting on it before, but when I went on my ride today, I'm still testing it out, but the front might be slightly uncomfortable, but it actually was surprisingly, I don't know how else to describe it. It was surprisingly fast, which means that it had like very good balance. That's a good way to describe it. It was really balanced. And this is a tri-seat, because if you look underneath, it's got this curve, really easy to stick on a bar. Not so much for like an Ironman, because you'll have your water bottles or whatever jammed out this far. So you can't really do that, but for like a sprint or an Olympic race, this would be perfect, because it comes out right here, so you can easily sit it right on the bar and you're ready to go. I think that's the biggest thing to make this a tri-seat. Plus, it's slanted and then it's flat, which makes it pretty awesome too. We'll see how that goes in the coming months here when I start riding this bad boy all around. Carbon stem, 90mm. I decided to put the Di2 on top because Well, first of all, it didn't fit on the bottom because I have my brake levers, and this just was the most best place it could be, really. Anyway, so the handlebars, super awesome. Really like the pedals. The crank, though, like, oh, I still have some shifting issues to work out here. It's obviously, I gotta fix that. Here, look at this. I was using these before on my other bike. These Dura Ace. These seem so old school now, though. I just can't even believe this. It seems super old school now that I have now that I have this, right, compared to this. This just seems like ancient. Anyway, I'm glad I got rid of that. I mean, those worked really well. It's just that this is just so much more convenient. Okay, riding around today, I didn't have to think much about what I was doing, like shifting. I didn't have to worry about whether I was going to be, like, how much pressure to apply or anything like that. Anyway, that's my bike. Seems pretty awesome so far. And we're going to go into my training in my next video, kind of where I'm at with that. Okay, thanks for watching.